Hello and welcome back in this very cool and special requested video. So there was a requested video on the Snapchat group about making an Austin Mini with racing specs, with very expensive and very lightweight materials and a very powerful engine in the front. Actually the original requested video was an engine in the rear, but unfortunately this body, as you can see, goes only in the front engine placement. So yes, the engine is up front with a very lightweight and very advanced and very modern materials, all the way from the body, the chassis, the suspension, all the way to the gearbox and the tires. And this should actually give amazing results, but because the car is super lightweight. When I mean super, I do really mean super lightweight, because it's very tiny, it's very compact, and it's very amazing. And if you go back in history, you can see those minis go rally racing, rallycross racing, or some actually track racing as well as racing cars. The Mini was an absolute little beast. It went on racing tracks against Camaros, against V8s, against big cars compared to the size of the Mini, and it actually won, which is really awesome. So in this video you will see a truly modern racing Mini version of the original Mini, of course, because as you can see we have the same headlights, the same grille, absolutely the same body, the same absolutely everything except some minor details. So before we start with all of the specs, I would love to remind you, please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, get subscribed, and share the video if you want to share it, and hit that notification bell button so you can get a notification each time I release a new video. And if you want to request a video, I will tell you at the end of this video. Alright, so let's start with the specs of the body and the chassis and the suspension designs. We have a carbon fiber panels or body. So what panel means, the doors, the roof, the hood, the trunk, or actually as the British call it, the bonnet or the boot. So basically all of these are just panels, and all of them are made from carbon fiber. We have a monocoque chassis with a carbon fiber chassis material to make it as light as possible. Front longitudinal engine placement. Yes, I'm not using a front transverse because with longitudinal I can put a big engine, and I truly mean a big engine compared to the original Mini engine. And of course, because as you have seen in my previous video, I've used a tiny 2-liter V8 engine in Mr. Bean's Mini replica, and it worked perfectly actually. But no, I want to go even bigger and even more powerful than that. So longitudinal is your answer if you want to put a bigger engine. The double wishbone front suspension, because we are using longitudinal engine placement, so we can use double wishbone without any problem, without any restrictions. Pushrod rear suspension, because well, there's nothing in the rear and I want to go super modern and super sporty and lightweight at the same time, so pushrods is the best option. +5 quality on basically everything. I'm not gonna go over the +5 quality mark, because going over +5 is just hideous, because you will start to like go over the line of making a racing or a super limited car. It will be just hideous. So +5 quality is a good thing if you actually want to make it in real life. So it will not be impossible. Yes, of course it will take a long time to be made, but it's possible. It's not impossible at all. So +5 quality on the chassis. And this is the beast that I made for this absolute machine. As you can see, it's obviously a V8 engine, so it's a 90 degrees 8-cylinder V shape, as you can see. So it's a V8 engine, aluminium block material actually, and I'm wondering why it's aluminium. Since I'm making everything super light, I'm gonna go with magnesium, because check out the weight differences, the weight difference between the aluminium and of course the magnesium. Super high difference. The same goes for the cylinder heads. Instead of regular aluminium or aluminum as the Americans will call it, I'm gonna go with aluminium silicon, because yes, there's a 6-kilogram difference, 6.3 kilogram difference. Alright, so we have magnesium block, 86 on the bore and the stroke, 86mm on the bore and stroke, equals a 3996 cc engine, or you can say a 4-liter V8 engine with, of course, double overhead camshaft with 5 valves per cylinder, because it's a racing engine. Aluminium silicon cylinder heads, with no VVL, without any VVL. So what we have here is a billet steel crankshaft, light titanium or titanium connecting rods with lightweight forged pistons with +5 quality. We have 11.0 to 1 is the compression ratio with 94 on the cam profile, variable valve timing in all cams with +5 quality. We have twin turbochargers, ball bearing internals, 831 horsepower supporting intercooler with 45.5mm on the compressor, 40mm on the turbine, maxed out AR ratio with 9.83 psi of boost and +5 quality. We have direct fuel injection, throttle per cylinder or individual throttle bodies, performance intake manifold because I want to keep the engine reliable. I don't want to kill the engine by using racing intake manifold. Yes, I know the airflow will be so much more, and of course we can make more power, more torque, but the service cost and the reliability will decrease a lot, and the service cost will increase to the roof, as you can see. And difference in power, yes, we can gain 8 horsepower, which is very tempting, and we can gain 3 pound-feet of torque. And as of course, as you can see, the engine will get much lighter and the reliability will drop by 20.4 points. Alright, so let's go with racing. Okay, let's go with it this time. It's very tempting, 8 more horsepower and of course ultimate 100 octane fuel, and 13.2 is the air fuel ratio, 100 on the ignition timing, 9,200 is the RPM limit. I mean, I can go with 9,300, but what's the point? Alright, since we have the option, so 9,300 is the RPM limit with +5 quality. We have short cast headers, dual exhaust pipes. Oh, and I forgot to put the exhaust on the body. Alright, so we can put it right now. So we have a 3-inch exhaust diameter, high flow 3-way catalytic converter, and I'm also seeing what's the point of that. Yes, what's the point of catalytic converter? This is a racing car, this is not a city driving car. So yeah, no catalytic converter, just a straight pipe from the engine to the rear. And the bypass valves, well, there is no point for them now. 3-inch exhaust diameter +5 quality, and this is the final result after these beautiful updates. We have 640 horsepower at 9,000 RPM, 467.2 pound-feet of torque at 6,200 RPM. So reliability has decreased a lot, but it's a racing engine, so yeah, no worries. They have the money, they can rebuild it when the engine blow up. Service cost, yes, jump to the roof. Fuel economy, it's good actually, it's not bad. Octane, we are nearly using all of it. Emissions 320, that's very clean actually, even without catalytic converter. We have the noise is actually a little bit, of course it's a straight pipe V8 engine. The engine is extremely responsive, it's smooth, which is very surprising, I think, because it's a tiny V8 engine. I mean, it's not a tiny, it's a 4-liter V8 engine, but surprisingly it's smooth, which is very awesome. It's very lightweight. Well, these, yeah, as I mentioned, yes, +5 quality on everything. Yes, it will take a long time, but it's achievable because we have the technologies these days. I mean, I don't care about these because in real life we have the technology of building anything these days. You can find minis, you can find very classic cars with like carbon fiber chassis, super high tech and very modern engines in the front. So basically in 2018 everything is possible, although the production year is 2020, but you get the point. Believe it or not, this big engine, as you can see, it's a wide engine, dual overhead camshaft, big intercooler, very high high-rise intake manifold, twin turbos. It's a big engine. This is not a tiny engine, and this will go in a classic Mini, not a modern Mini, no, a classic tiny Mini. So we have this 1955 sedan, as they call it, or mini body, +5 quality on the body and the fixtures. Moving on, I've chosen this beautifully actually white racing color, or racing white color, with of course some carbon fiber panels, or some clear carbon fiber panels. For example, we have carbon fiber hood or bonnet. We have carbon fiber headlights. Yes, I know these are classic headlights, round classic, but check it out. Carbon fiber rings around them, and of course the classic Mini front grille, of course made from carbon fiber. Even the indicator housing is made from carbon fiber. Even the classic Mini bumpers. Yes, some of you will say just remove the bumper. Unfortunately, there is no option for removing the bumpers. I mean, if there was an option, yes, I would take that, but unfortunately, no. I'm stuck with these bumpers, so carbon fiber Mini bumpers, reproduction ones. As you can see, we have carbon fiber window trims, very awesome. Carbon fiber Mini side mirrors, and of course, as you can see, the door handles are different from the original ones. The original door handles, you have to twist them and push a button maybe to open the door. I don't know. I've never driven a Mini before. I don't know how the original door handles really work, but the ones that I used in my previous videos, you have to twist them to open the door. Unfortunately, I have to replace them because those classic ones, they will look hideous in carbon fiber, and as a racing car you need some sleek ones, so these came into my mind. The same goes for the rims. As you can see, carbon fiber rims, carbon fiber rear bumper, with of course, as you can see, this rear lip, or this is actually for downforce. I'm not kidding, this is actually very, very effective, and you will see it later. As you can see, the hinges for the rear trunk, or the boot, as the British will call it, made also from carbon fiber. Even the license plate holder, carbon fiber. This handle here, carbon fiber. The trunk handle also switched for a sleek one, and the taillight housing is from carbon fiber, of course. Check out the fuel filler cap. As you can see, it's made from carbon fiber, the cover for it, but as you can see, the lip has the same color of the car, which gave it a beautifully classic and modern look at the same time. We have on the roof, we have an antenna. This is well for the racetrack, when you are wearing your helmet, your racing helmet, and you want to talk on the radio with the pit lane, or with the pit garage, or with the pit guys. Of course, you can talk with them using this antenna on the radio. That's very, very awesome. And of course, we have these two vents on the bonnet, or on the hood, to cool the engine and to provide cold air to the engine. So basically, the car is looking very, very much stock in some points, and very much modern in other points, which was my point. So also the brake calipers, let me show you. Where are they? Here we go. Also the brake calipers are made also from carbon fiber. So the car is super lightweight, as you will see later. So as you saw, the fixtures around the headlights, the front grille, indicators, and the side vents, side mirrors, side door handles, the fuel filler cap, regular Mini tail lights, the license plate holder, the handle here, everything is basically regular. And this is the aerodynamic arrangement here on the rear, and you will see how effective it is later. It's very simple, very cool, very elegant, and very beautiful. Still very beautiful, even with carbon fiber. Actually, the carbon fiber made the Mini to look even more beautiful than it used to be. That's very, very cool. So, as you can see, we have longitudinal all-wheel drive, because, well, as a front-wheel drive Mini, the tires can never, ever stick all the power to the ground without spinning and blow up at the end. So you need all-wheel drive to get all the grip in the world. Dual clutch, 5-speed, yes, 5-speed, because with this much very, very lightweight and with this much super power, you don't need actually so many ratios. It will actually get slower with 6 or 7 gears. And of course, with 5 gears, the 0 to 100 time was superb, 2.2 seconds. Wheel spin is perfect, 4.5%. And with 5 speed, The transmission or the gearbox got even lighter because less gearing, less gears and less sensors and everything got even lighter, which made the car even more lighter. That's very cool. The final drive is 3.60 to 1, or in regular English, the top speed on the gearbox is 282.7 kilometers per hour. The spacing is 25, which gave the, as I mentioned, the Mini, or this racing Mini, gave it 0 to 100 time in 2.2 seconds, wheel spin 4.5%, and 25.6 miles per gallon, and of course the quickest lap time around the test track, which was very superb. Electronic limited slip differentials, 50-50 is the power distribution. I tried to push even more power to the front or to the rear. It got worse, so 50-50 was the silver lining. +5 quality on the gearbox and differentials. You already know why I told you I want to put everything on +5 quality. So moving on, the tires are radial, of course, semi-slick tires, 175 on the front, 165 on the rear, with 12-inch rims. Yes, 12-inch. These are actually huge on a Mini. With 450 is the tire diameter, and of course 10 on the rear offset, carbon fiber rims, +5 quality. You know the story. Now let me tell you something. The original requested video was super wide wheel archers and super wide tires, front and rear, but unfortunately the front tires, as you can see, they are actually rubbing right now. They are not actually very much clear, but I cannot push them really wide because right now the suspension is on it's very high. Actually, it's not low. The car hasn't been lowered. No, the suspension, it's not low. I promise you this. If I want to lower the car more, I can do that. I can slam it to the ground, but unfortunately the tire will start to stick out from the metal here, because this is not metal. This is just a 3D shape, a 3D program, and the tire will actually start to come out from the metal. It will look very much alien and unreal, and I want to keep the car very real. So I had to check out the visual of the car, and actually with super wide, even if I want to ignore the sticking out tire, and even if I want to make the tires even bigger or wider, it will not accelerate faster. I promise you this, and it will not get quicker around the test track. It will actually get slower because heavy wheels, heavy rims. The rims will get bigger, it will get heavier, and it will get slower. I tried it because I promise you, with all-wheel drive and with these tires, the car can grip and of course can grip really hard. And I kept it this way because it made the car to look very beautiful and very good around the test track, which is win-win all the way. So 175, 165, I already told you that perfectly, and 12-inch as I mentioned, because I don't know the original rims, I think 10-inch, maybe 11, 10 or 9, but 12, look, very big rims, +5 quality. So let's move on. We have carbon ceramic front discs, of course, 6 pistons on the brake caliper, maximum is the 220 millimeters. The same goes for the rear brake calipers as well, on the brakes themselves, the same size, same everything. 100 on the pad type, so I can eliminate as much as from brake fading. I hate brake fading. And as you can see, the brake base is 75% to the front, 25% on the rear, because all of the weight is in the front. The engine is here, and basically everything is here. +5 quality. Downforce, we have downforce under tray, maxed out downforce, no active rear wing because we don't have a rear wing, no active cooling collapse because this is not a city car. I don't care about the fuel economy. And as you can see, I don't have a front lip, so this is on 0, which gave the quickest time. I tried it with a racing front lip, which made the car to look very much beautiful and much more racing car, but unfortunately it got even more slower. So without a front lip, only a regular bumper, 0 on the front wing angle or front lip, it made the quickest time. 100 on the rear lip, which actually made a huge difference. 100 on the downforce, 51 on the engine cooling, 100 on the brake cooling, and +5 quality. We have a single seat only, basic interior, no entertainment, -15 quality, so I can make it as light as possible. Electric variable power steering, electronic stability control plus launch control. Well, why not? Why not? They will not add any weight. Yes, they will add a little bit of engineering time, but you can cancel them. You can only put ABS if you want, or even no traction aid, because it's a racing car. I mean, I can use it. As you can see, it will not add, or it will not make anything heavy. It will make the car more reliable, more cheap, but as you can see, yes, check it out. So I'm gonna keep it. Well, why not? The electric variable power steering. Well, if I want to go with no power steering, I can do that for a racing car, but what's the point? So yeah, I can go with it, make the ride, make it more easy to steer, and of course more quick around the test track. No entertainment, no safety equipments at all. -15 quality. Well, as you can see, no market is interested in it because it's a racing car. Progressive springs, semi-active dampers, active sway bars, and I'm looking at the sportiness value and it just changed. This used to be 100%. Before I start recording the video, this was 100%, but unfortunately the game changed its mind. So I'm gonna start tweaking the the suspension, so I can get it back to 100 hopefully. So as you can see, I'm playing with the camber right now. It's 99.9. Alright, so we have 100. We have a lift off, my friend. -1.7 degrees of camber in the front, -1.1 degrees of camber on the rear. 3.0 is the 3.0 is the front spring stiffness. 2.60 is the rear spring stiffness. The damper stiffness is 2.0 in the front, 1.40 on the rear. Sway bar thickness is 1000 on the front, and yes, I'm not kidding, 10,000 on the rear because of the ride height. As I mentioned, as you can see, the tires are actually, they're not really clear from the fender. And check out the ride height. I can go even low. I can go super low if I want to, but unfortunately I have to keep it this way so I can make the car to look real. And with this much ride height, the roll angle got like to 6 degrees, and 6 degrees on a racing car, well, no, this is not acceptable. So with super thick rear sway bars, and actually the sportiness value increased a lot, and I reached 100% on the sportiness, which was very fortunate, and it got super quick around the test track. So yeah, that's also a win-win. +5 quality here. And this is the final result. Actually, this is the final result. This is the engine options, the car option, or the chassis or the body options. Let's go to the market. So as you can see, I'm not gonna sell the car. This is a racing car, so it's pretty much drivable. It's not difficult to be driven. As you can see, anyone can get in and drive. It's super sporty, which is what I want. It's a racing car. Hello, it's a racing car. No, it's not comfortable, which I don't really care about it. It's a racing car. No one wants to get comfortable in a racing car. Prestige points, well, also I don't care because I'm not gonna drive it on the streets, but still look cool because it's a classic Mini. Safety, well, of course, in real life, it will have like a roll cage in it. It will have a padded roll cage and a racing seat. No dashboard, of course, and the driver will wear the safety harness, and of course a helmet and a special racing suit. Of course, all of this is very natural, but in automation game, all of these options are not available. Maybe in the future they will be available, like a racing harness, racing seats, whatever. But right now we have to stick with whatever we have here. So practicality, well, no one cares. It's a racing car, but still. Good practicality points, good utility points, not bad at all. The car is super reliable, which is very awesome for a racing car, even with the racing engine in the front. 25.6 miles per gallon. I think this is by far super economical for a racing car. Emissions very low, which is very awesome. Production units engineering time, as I mentioned, yes, it will take time, but it's achievable. Let's go to the test track. As you can see, I already ran it around the airfield test track, but with the previous suspension setup, and it did 1 minute 09.74. Hopefully, I'm gonna try right now again, and hopefully it will be the same, or maybe it will get quicker. So remember this time. But before we start driving it around the test track, the weight of the car is 776.8 kilograms, which is super light and check out the power to weight ratio. Super powerful. I mean, 640 horsepower in a car that weighs only 776 kilograms. I mean, I truly wish from all of my heart that the engine is actually producing 776 horsepower to get one here, to be like a mega car. But yeah, I have to stick with 640 horsepower, but still extremely powerful. Towing capacity, this is not a towing machine, so I don't care. Load capacity, this is very actually awesome, 503 kilograms, although this is a racing car. And we have, as you can see, active downforce front and rear. Yeah, as you can see, unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to go with bigger rims so I can fit bigger brakes. I don't want to go with bigger ones because it will spoil the car looks, it will spoil the performance. So this way, I kept it this way, even with 0.1% of brake fade. That was really unfortunate, but I have to shut my mouth and just go on with it, unfortunately. Roll angle 2.4 degrees, not bad. Top speed 278 kilometers per hour, which is very cool for a racing car. For a supercar, no. The top speed should go even faster than this, but for a racing car, this is super cool. 2.2 seconds, which is super quick from 0 to 100 time. From 80 to 120, less than a second. That's very quick. Quarter mile time and 9.331 seconds, 9.31, which is also super quick. I'm really impressed. So let's start driving this beast here and see if this time will change. Remember the time. Remember. All right, let's go. 109.74. Okay. Alright, so actually it got even quicker, 109.37. It used to be 109.74. It's 109.37, which is more quick. That's very cool. So let's go to the automation test track and see what's what. Alright, so in 1 minute 55.88, which is super quick. I mean, any car that can go below 2 minutes, it's actually a very pretty much a supercar or racing car or even a hypercar. So 155, like 5 seconds below 2 minutes, that's very quick. And I'm really impressed, and I truly cannot wait to drive this amazing beast in Beam ng.drive when the update will be available on the 13th of July. I truly cannot wait to drive this super lightweight machine with this powerful engine. It will be really awesome. So please remember, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, get subscribed, and share the video. You know the drill. And of course, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think about this beast? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Tell me what you like about the car. Do you like the grip, the power, the lightweight? What do you think about it? I would love to hear your honest opinion about it. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you very soon with more amazing videos. And as I mentioned when I start making the video, if you want to request an engine, I will tell you how right now. So you need to add my Snapchat. You need to have Snapchat. It's Lord Bas94, Lord BAS94. So I can add you on the channel group on Snapchat, so you can actually request a video over there, and so you can chat with everyone on the group and have fun. And well, it's really fun. So yes, do it. Yeah, and Snapchat, it's free. You can just download it on Samsung, Apple, whatever mobile you are using, and just you can take pictures of your car. We can share photos. You can have fun on the channel group. You can chat with everyone about cars, about funny things, anything. So it's really fun. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.